It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Phoenix Suns. For Phoenix, it's been a difficult part of the season. Their performance this season as a whole, currently they're in 11th, has caught most NBA folks off guard. They've taken a huge tumble from where they were a year ago. Guys, during the 2016 offseason, the Suns ownership wrote a letter to the fans acknowledging past mistakes, promising to deliver a winner moving forward. That's a pretty bold step, Shaq.
Yeah, some of the blame was being put on the players. Ownership also complained about how some of the players in the millennial generation can't deal with setbacks.
Yeah. Well, there's just some chemistry issues. When you can't win basketball games, a lot of times it's just chemistry, meaning that certain guys don't fit together. Don't mean that they can't fit in another place. And now you just need to figure out what that chemistry and what that mixture is on your team in Phoenix. You put it with the hot sun in Phoenix, Ernie. You put it in together, put it in a little jambalaya, put it together, and you got a great team.
Sports presents the NBA Monday Night Basketball. It's coming right up. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side are analysts Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. From the sideline, we'll have the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a bit. Looking at the last game for the Phoenix Suns, it was a loss to the Timberwolves in Minnesota. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
And that can happen on the road. You can get a little bit tight, and often it really shows itself at the free throw line.
It certainly appeared that they let the crowd get to them a little bit. Looked like they were rushing their foul shots, and that can't happen. You've got to lock in.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Setting the floor for the Suns, Jackson and Chris, the athletic pair in the forward slots. Elfrid Payton is out there with Devin Booker, and it's Chandler in at the center position.
Yeah, it's just the giant wingspan, the 40-inch max vertical, all in play for Barnes that time.
Jackson kicks to Chris. To the left wing. Payton against Smith. The shot by Payton, no good. Here's Dallas. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And when things started to go wrong for them in that game, boy, did they ever go wrong. They just could never get back on track in that game.
Stretches where they strung some good plays together, but then long stretches where nothing worked. No consistency.
Here's Barnes. That shot off, so Phoenix will take it the other way.
Boy, you look back on the signing guys of Wesley Matthews in Dallas. 4 years, $70 million for a player coming off an Achilles tear. This is an injury that has ruined many a career. That was a huge gamble for the Mavericks.
Wasted no time on that one. Nowitzki's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, Nowitzki, a threat to score as soon as he catches the ball. Impeccable form and impeccable quickness on the shot.
Matthews with it. Now guarded by Booker. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. The Suns have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Payton dishes to Chandler. Payton with the screen for Chandler. On the wing, Booker. To halt the run. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. Here's Smith. 17 points for him last game against San Antonio.
And his passing was simply amazing. A lot of fun to watch.
Noel passes to Smith. He kicks it to Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. Noel dishes to Barnes. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Here's Jackson. And misses it off the right side of the rim. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Fires the 3. Nowitzki's shot is no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
That's as good a look as he's going to get beyond the arc, but there are no sure things from that range, even for him.
Booker against Matthews. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. I'm not sure, Greg, there's a player who better fits the description of a grinder than Wes Matthews.
Yeah, so tough, too. I mean, mentally and physically. He talks about inflicting his personality on the team, and he truly is what I'd call a culture builder.
2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Boy, when you consider the last 2 decades of winning in the Dirk Nowitzki era that was capped off with the 2011 championship, one where they were the underdog, it really was an incredible run of success.
He's off on the second. And for Nowitzki, Carlisle, and the veteran Mavericks. A relief to have that ring, but do you think, Doris, they wonder what might have been? Could they have captured more?
Well, they've had tremendous success, and I'm sure every organization, there's things you look back on and wonder. Remember, Dallas let Steve Nash go. He then went on to win multiple MVPs in Phoenix. So what would he and Dirk have been able to accomplish with more time together? We'll never know.
Free throw good, Booker. And more, it's looking like Devin Booker, the 13th pick in the 2015 draft, is going to be one of the biggest steals of that draft class.
And he's one that all GMs are looking at, and they wish they could have a redo. I mean, Booker was very young when he entered the draft, and some teams maybe shied away from that. But clearly he's shown that he could be one of the best players in that class.
And it's Smith missing. Suns trail by 6. Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who is able to talk with Earl Watson.
Well, Kevin, he said for them to be successful, they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees, unquote, every time the ball goes into the post. If they don't, he thinks they're going to be in for a long night. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Smith, following the basket by Elfrid Payton. Barnes kicks to Nowitzki. It's Matthews on the wing, defended by Booker. That's a 2 from Smith. Smith missing again. Phoenix has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. And Booker kicks to Payton. Back to Booker. Rebound by Smith.
Boy, a little too casual on the layup. Temporary loss of focus. Not good.
And it's Noel missing.
Yeah, that's just a missed opportunity. Something there just a little off.
Yeah, simply a little bit careless, I think. Can't just throw it up there. You have to time these alley-oops perfectly. Well, first of all, that's a great pass. But how about Chris with the vertical assault on the rim?
Great way to see the alley-oop. That replay courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Off the pick, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Great teamwork. That's something you develop by practicing it over and over again.
Basket good.
This is what you want from Marquise Chris, right? Battling inside, challenge the defense. Nice work.
Now here is Smith. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Screen by Smith. The drive by Barnes. Smith the pass to Barnes. Over Jackson. Barnes with another miss.
Boy, that's just the kind of tight defense you need to play on him. Any kind of room at all, and he'll bury it.
And Booker kicks to Chandler. They set the pick. Payton dishes to Chandler. Can't get it to fall.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And when you look at Dennis Smith Jr., you aren't blown away by the physicality at first, but he's incredibly gifted for a player his size. Great speed and quickness to blow by defenders.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And with Dennis Smith, it isn't just burst of speed, it's his play in the open floor and Greg running end to end, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, he also just jumps and finishes at the rim like a shooting guard. He's only probably 6'2", 6'3", but he gets up in the air like a wing player. He's a lot like Derrick Rose was when he burst on the scene.
So many great point guards in this year's draft. Greg, what stands out to you about North Carolina State's Dennis Smith?
Well, I think he's the best athlete of them all. A terror off the bounce, great toughness, and he's drawn some comparison to Stevie Francis when you talk about his bounce and physicality.
Nowitzki sets a screen for Smith. Noel up top, down low, looks for Nowitzki, gets it to him. Dallas moving it around. Matthews passes to Noel. Stolen by Jackson. And even 3-on-3 break. For 3, Booker. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Over in the corner, Barnes. Expanding his range. The three-pointer is right on target. Barnes has got 10 points in the game.
With that deep stroke, I like Barnes' ability to switch between the 3 and 4 spots. Two distinct things in terms of spacing on the floor and the requirements of the jobs.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Well, you look at the strength of this Phoenix Suns team, and it is clear that it lies with their perimeter players. Devin Booker appears to be a player that you can build around. Last season, most of their offense generated from their guards.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Williams, a screen on Barea. Glenn, a screen. It's stolen by Barea. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. And it's a three-point Dallas lead.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And the guard play for the Suns, Doris, this season will be their strength.
Well, and it seems that guards have been the strength of the Suns for a long time now, even after shipping away guys like Goran Dragic and Isaiah Thomas. They have always had a formidable backcourt in the desert.
So it's the Mavericks now, after the Suns pick up 2. Pass to Mejri. A dish now to McDermott. Shot clock at 5. Unloads from 9. Len grabs the board.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Daniels. The shot, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. And this is their first time matched up with the Suns this season.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
A nice shot by Barea.
I'll tell you, don't let the diminutive size fool you. This guy is not intimidated and can get his shot in the painted area.
And here is Ulis. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Williams can't hit. Mavericks leading by 3. Baseline J on the way, and he overshot that one, missing. Phoenix has gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. It's deflected, and they get it back. Len, good. Dallas has gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Barea with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And the Mavericks, one of the more forward-thinking franchises in the NBA. They were among the first, Doris, to embrace analytics.
Well, listen, this is an organization that ownership has a background in technology, so it makes sense for them to grasp onto those analytics. But for me, it's about combining that with the fierce competitiveness and a team hungry to find every edge.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. Doris, we're always talking about players developing their skill sets. What do you think is the hardest skill to develop as a broadcaster?
I think for me, the hardest skill to learn was to learn how to relax, to have fun, to not be anything but your most authentic self, because I think the viewer picks up on it. If you're forcing things, if you're trying to be another broadcaster that perhaps you like to emulate. So I'd say that was the hardest thing.
I always say broadcasting a basketball game is like a running conversation between 2 people, because there's so much scoring, and the rhythm and the flow of the game just lend itself to that.
At its best, you're 100% correct.
Daniels with it, guarded by Kerr. Daniels kicks to Williams. Len sets a screen for Ulis. Inside, deflects the pass. Len, good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now Barea. Powell dishes to Kerr. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Troy Daniels. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Here's McDermott. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Warren kicks to Eulis. Glenn, a screen. Back to Warren from deep. Offensive rebound. That's tipped. Goes back up. And he sinks the layup. And it's 6 points for Alex Len.
Boy, his shot looks deadly right now. Already he's hit 3 of 4 to start.
Now here's Barea. D right on him. It's Curry outside. Len grabs the board. Len's got his 4th rebound in this one. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Mavericks.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from three-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
That free throw good from Warren.
And when you see T.J. Warren on the court, I just love his activity. I mean, he's always cutting and moving without the basketball. Very adept at finding those openings on the floor.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And Warren last season had his year interrupted by injury, cooled off after the fast start. But, Greg, he will always play with that activity.
Yeah, and he's so good at switching directions on a defender. Seemingly simple moves help him create great space both with and without the ball.
And they pick up 2.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Eulis passes to Warren. Here's the screen. Picked by Williams. Back to Warren. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
And taking a look here at some stats for Eulis. How last month turned out for him, he's right around 9 points a night. 6 assists and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular. And sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Now here's Barea. No good on the 3.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Here's McDermott. Good, and Curry gets the assist. McDermott's got his first basket.
Well, we know that Doug McDermott will run the floor hard in transition, trying to get himself into position to finish.
Now, here's Eulis, guarded by Barea. Eulis kicks to Warren. Got it. Good job in the low post. Warren's got it all tied up now for the Suns. And Curry has it in the corner. Off target from three-point range. Harrison Barnes getting it done for Dallas. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team.
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. That's what I pride myself on. You know, some nights you're not going to get the ball, but you still can be effective on the floor. Whether that's rebounding, playing defense, hustling, trying to create extra shots for your team. Whatever it is necessary that I feel like help my team get a win.
Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much, because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, you really like the activity on the defensive end. Outstanding jumping into passing lanes and coming up with steals.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. T.J. Warren out there with Williams. Then it's Alex Len. Then it's Ulis. And it's Daniels in at the shooting guard. And it's the Suns with the ball after the Mavericks pick up 3. Ulis dishes to Williams. That's tipped. They get it back. Len, good. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Barea kicks to Curry. And he banks in the layup. Curry's got 6 points. Suns trail by 3. To the paint, Mejri with the steal. Now here's Curry. He has 6. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Barea, the pass to Powell. It's good. Great play set up by Barea.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Len, a screen. Ulis dishes to Len. Now the feed to Warren. 4 on the shot clock. And he uses the glass on the layup. Warren's got his second bucket of the night. Dallas leading by 3. And here's Barea. He has 7. Here's Mejri. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Well, you better be more physical on the glass because they wanted that rebound more than them, plain and simple.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Powell. Barnes comes in for Doug McDermott. Wesley Matthews checked in for Seth Curry. And Smith subbed in for J.J. Barea. And that one falls for Mejri. And Doris, you've spoken in the past about the art form of drawing a foul. Who are some of the best players that you've seen in executing that?
Well, I think the preeminent guy at this point would have to be James Harden, right? And this guy specializes in the and one, the 3-shot opportunities from 3. And listen, that is part of the game, and we do not want to take that aspect away, right? Because and ones have always been a part of the game. What we need to evaluate is at what point does a shot attempt begin versus those guys who are throwing themselves, or in James Harden's case, sometimes grabbing the arm of the defender and creating a foul where none existed before.
He's been very clever in perfecting that, and I give him credit because he has taken what's given and really exploited it.
It might become known if they make a change as the Harden rule.
You're right. It probably will be. Booker in the corner. Jackson, a screen on Matthews. Here's Booker. Again, the miss by Booker.
I'll tell you, he hasn't been able to find the mark all night. It's a big reason they're staring at this deficit.
Got a hand on it. Payton outside, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Barnes kicks to Matthews. Here's Mejri. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Chris has got 5 rebounds tonight. And here's Booker from the arc. Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by Dallas. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd, who played for Carlisle, praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in him. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
Gotta love Coach Carlisle, D.A., an even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players. Noel's checked in for Dallas. Suns trail by 8. Booker with it. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Minnesota. Chandler, the pass to Payton. Over to the left wing. Just 5 to shoot. And the Suns miss again. And here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 14-6 run. Barnes and Jackson with the block.
And Jackson is an impressive defender, using his huge wingspan to turn away shots. Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the tin.
Here's Nowitzki following the basket by Elfrid Payton. In the corner, Smith with it. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And one of the things that stands out about Josh Jackson out of Kansas, his playmaking ability at that forward position. For a guy 6'8", you can put the ball in his hands and let him create offense for you, much like a Draymond Green.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And Josh Jackson, Greg, out of Kansas, able to step into that point forward role well.
And in today's game, you can't have too many playmakers on the court at one time. Josh Jackson is Draymond Green 2.0. You know, a little bit better athlete, can be a difference maker defensively, but also has that high IQ on the offensive side to make everybody better.
Doris, one strength that the Suns have is the length of their front court.
Right, Josh Jackson, the rookie, leads the way in that regard. But remember, Marquise Chris and Dragan Bender also with great length in the front court. And as these guys develop, they can pose a lot of matchup problems for opponents.
Now Barnes. After Josh Jackson's three-pointer that didn't go. Second chance shot, and there's the nice layup by Barnes. Barnes has got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs. Payton against Smith. They set the pick. Chandler a screen near the three-point line. It's Booker, and it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Now here is Smith. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Over in the corner, Matthews. Back to Smith. Over Payton. That one wide left.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Yeah, that's not a good example right there. You could have worked it around to get a better opportunity.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Now here's Barnes. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against San Antonio. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Suns trail by 7. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Matthews with the steal. Here's Nowitzki, and it's Phoenix with the rebound. Chandler's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Bangs home the trifecta. And now just a 4-point Dallas lead.
Well, he's given himself a chance. 6 shots he's gotten up this quarter, but only able to convert on one of them.
Smith against Payton. Smith dishes to Nowitzki. A beautiful reverse layup. Nowitzki's got 5.
There's no slowing Dirk down at this point. When he gets positioned down low, it's over.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Devin Booker out of the University of Kentucky was taken 13th overall in the 2015 draft, Doris. And after the first few years he's had, there have been a lot of teams kicking themselves for not taking Booker earlier.
Right. You wonder, did he slip in the draft because he never started in college? But remember, he did win Sixth Man of the Year, and you've got to base your evaluations on what your eye test is.
That free throw missing. Doris, with defensive rules now allowing teams to play a sort of soft zone, does that make it easier to hide bad defensive players on your team?
Well, it certainly gives you one avenue. I don't think you can play zone in the NBA for any extended periods because the coaching is too good and the skill level of the players would destroy a zone if you gave a steady diet of it. I do believe, however, that hiding a defensive weakness comes down to personnel. How many can you hide on one particular floor? Somebody's going to get exposed somewhere if there's too many.
No doubt. Smith, no good.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now.
Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Jackson.
And how about the attack mode mentality that Jackson possesses? You can see there, even on the mid-range, he is looking to be aggressive.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Not only can he make plays for others, he can take it upon himself to finish.
Here's Payton. The Mavericks making the shot. Off the screen, and the rejection by Noel.
We know Noel is a superb shot blocker. It may be his best attribute, Kevin.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Now here's Payton. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And it's fair to say, Tyson Chandler, not the player he once was, but still a fantastic rebounder and eats up space and does everything you want from a big man.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Nowitzki. McDermott comes in for Harrison Barnes. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Barea subbed in for Smith. Now here's Barea. He has 7. They set the pick. Feeds to Powell. McDermott kicks to Noel. A shot off that time, so Phoenix will take it the other way. And with Chandler, Greg, he still rebounds at a fantastic rate, even though he's the team veteran. As long as he gets minutes, he'll get you some boards.
And part of that is because he's always been one of the smarter rebounders in our league, just aware of how to set up and track the basketball after the shot goes up, and he makes great use of his length and strength.
Phoenix shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. One drops. He ties it up.
Well, the Mavericks last season, remember, went 33-49. It was their first losing season in 17 years. That's a remarkable record of winning.
Now here's Curry. He's got 6. Powell inside. He's guarded by Williams. 5 to shoot. Here's McDermott. Dallas no good that time either. And in the midst of their 16 seasons of 500 basketball or better, the Mavericks with 11 straight seasons of 50 wins or better.
And they have 12 of those 50-win seasons overall, Kev. Everyone knows they've got an NBA title underneath their belt. If you're a Dallas Mavericks fan, you have every reason to be proud.
Dallas has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Curry attacking, passes it to Noel. the block.
And Kev, you see the agility of Alex Len in good position for the swat.
Doris, you look at Tyler Ulis, and people were surprised he lasted to the second round of the 2016 draft.
Well, I think there were concerns about Tyler Ulis' size, right? This is an undersized point guard at 5'10", but you can't measure heart and his approach and knowledge of the game.
No good on that one. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Well, you look back at the history of the Phoenix Suns, and they have had some incredible players suit up for them.
Well, you think Sir Charles, one of the famous names that have played for the franchise, but Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, Shawn Marion, Dan Marley, Kevin Johnson. We were talking about some great players.
On the wing, Daniels, guarded by Curry. Warren. Here's Len. It's tipped.
Beautiful defense from Powell. Uses that impressive length to come away with that rejection.
And the basket by Curry.
Boy, his shot looks so much more fluid this quarter, hitting at a much better clip.
The Suns trailing. Williams sets a screen for Ulis. Down low. Powell with the steal.
And a good opportunity here to go 2 for 1.
Let's see what they do here, Greg, right? Because you know they want to get a couple of possessions out of the time left.
Passes it to Warren. Powell pulls it in. Dallas shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Now Barea. He's got 7. The baseline J. Curry, good. Now it's a 4-point Maverick lead.
That's a shot he shouldn't be afraid to take more often.
And here's Warren for 3, and that's not going to go.
Well, you like to see Doug McDermott get after it on the defensive end. Just be disruptive to throw off that shooter.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Mavericks lead by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Harrison, a big first half for you offensively. How did you get loose?
My teammates just been fine to me. I've just been trying to just run hard, make good backdoor cuts, run it in transition, and give me good looks.
You have not stopped moving at all, and it's led to good results. Thanks, Harrison. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal, and this hill of a man is Kenny the Jet Smith. Harrison Barnes was the man in the first. He had 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Well, first and foremost, you got to take care of the basketball, and that means playing with poise, making good decisions, and not giving away any possessions. They did a great job of that in the first half.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. The second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Cars crossing back and forth over the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge as we welcome you back to Dallas. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. And you know, Harrison Barnes has really been making it happen, guys.
I mean, he was prolific in that first half. You know it's coming, but it's just so tough to stop.
And this is what he does, right, Greg? He's out there to score the basketball, and throughout that first half, he dominated.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Dallas leading by 4. Smith Jr. runs the point with Matthews at his side. They're the backcourt. Dirk is the 4 with Noel manning the middle. And it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. Here's Payton. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. Payton kicks to Booker. Jackson in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Dishes it to Payton. Over Smith. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Noel's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Smith the pass to Matthews. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 3 assists tonight.
Defense surrounding Matthews. He doesn't care. Just looks so comfortable inside.
Now here's Chandler. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Dennis Smith. And as the Mavericks look to rebuild, Doris, what do you see as their areas of need?
Well, certainly an injection of athleticism might really trigger some things, because if you look back on 2017, they were last in the league in blocks, fast break points, points in the paint, and free throws attempted. A lot of those stats correlate with athleticism, so I think they need more of that.
And he's good on the second.
This is a high character guy. Chandler is a guy who will influence everyone around him in a positive manner.
Smith dishes to Barnes. Now the pass to Nowitzki. 20 feet out. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Suns trail by 7 to the inside. Here's Chris. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Chris has got 8 points.
Well, you love the aggressiveness. Chris not drifting around on the outside. He's getting it done in the painted area.
Smith kicks to Nowitzki. Lobbed up there for Barnes. Well placed alley-oop pass into the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 7.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Here's Payton. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. There's the pick. Inside. Up again. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Smith outside. He feeds it to Barnes. Kicks it to Nowitzki. Over Chandler. And there's Dirk Nowitzki on the assist by Barnes. And it's 7 points for Nowitzki. Payton passes to Chandler. There's a screen by Chris. Payton attacking. And that one hits back iron. Mavericks leading by 7. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Nowitzki outside. Fires the 3. Nowitzki can't get that one to fall. Booker in the corner. Takes a 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 4 assists now tonight.
Well, fantastic rhythm on the catch and shoot. A lot of times that comes from Booker's terrific body control.
Now here is Smith. 6 points for him. To the paint. And Dirk Nowitzki once again. Nowitzki's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, it's interesting. After such a sound defensive first half, they've really struggled here in the second.
Payton against Smith. On the wing, Jackson. Pass to Chris. Suns moving the ball around. The putback. It's rebounded by Dallas. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Smith against Payton. Smith dishes to Matthews. Looks for Nowitzki. Gets it to him. Dirk Nowitzki once again, Doris, giving a hometown discount to the Dallas Mavericks. He goes from $25 million a season to $5 million a year.
All right, Kev, to give the Mavs a chance to attract other players, you've got to admire that.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
An 89% free throw shooter puts him right there among the league's best from the line.
The first one falls.
Well, Dirk Nowitzki revolutionized the stretch four, right? I mean, this is the unique big, an influential player on multiple generations.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Measury's checked in. And so Nowitzki nails both of them.
I think it's best to avoid putting this guy at the line if possible, but that's obviously easier said than done.
And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That's his third foul of the game. And they double up Payton. On the wing, Booker. Buries it from three-point range. Booker's got 16.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Pass to Matthews. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
I think you have to like the future of Marquise Chris. His upside at the power forward position is high because he can do it all. Earl Watson said this guy could be a star, and the reason is because he's improved every year.
Free throw, good. Matthews. And with Chris, a lot of what he brings to the team is the different ways he can score. On a trip down, he'll knock in a 3, Doris, and stretch a defense, and the next trip he'll attack inside.
Right. There aren't a lot of weak spots in the offensive game of Marquise Chris. This guy's an incredible dunker who gets off the ground with ease, and as he gets more consistent, this guy's going to be a nightmare to defend.
And the Phoenix Suns, one of the younger teams in the NBA.
And I think, Kevin, you have to give credit to the Suns organization for making some great picks in the draft. Devin Booker and Marquise Chris both look like steals given where they were taken. The front office has added some franchise cornerstones even before drafting Josh Jackson this summer.
I'll tell you, the feed puts him in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
There's a screen by Chris. Chandler with the screen on Matthews. Shot, high post. That's in, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Booker.
Yet another one, right? Lighting it up tonight, Kevin. Booker with the talent and confidence to go on these kinds of scoring binges.
Now, here is Smith. He has 6. It's blocked. The kick out to Matthews. Lets it go with a 3. No good. Shot missing. Now the Suns take it the other way.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
They get it back. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And a look here at the shot chart for the Suns.
And when you look at this shot chart, you get a good visual of just how often they are settling for something outside. They have to know that this defense wants them to take those kinds of shots, and they would be a lot better off if they recommit to attacking the basket.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. And he can't hit the second. Well, Dirk Nowitzki may be in his final season, but Doris, as long as he's healthy, he could keep playing for years.
Well, no doubt. You know, he's got size and shooting touch, 2 things you do not lose with age. As Dirk said, listen, it's pretty clear that my game is not based on athleticism. And so that enables him to play at a high level, even as he approaches the ripe old age of 40.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Now, I think they'll keep going to him more and more as they look to hang on to their lead. Why not with the way this guy is shooting it?
They set the pick. Chandler kicks to Payton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Smith. Got a hand on it. The dish to Matthews. Nowitzki left side. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Suns trail by 8. Here's the floater, but they'll get another chance. And he makes that one. Jackson's got his second basket of the night. For Dallas, they've gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Here's Smith. He's got 6. Nobody near Barnes. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Barnes has got the lead up to 9 now for Dallas. Phoenix calls timeout.
So how about Salah Mejri, the first ever player from the NBA out of Tunisia? 7'2" shot blocker with extensive playing experience overseas.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Nowitzki. McDermott comes in for Barnes. Curry's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Barea subbed in for Smith. Ulis kicks to Len.
Well, he's had to play through some injuries, and it's taken some time to evolve, but we're starting to see Alex Len's talent.
Now here's McDermott. He's covered by Warren. McDermott kicks to Curry. Len with the block. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. It's deflected. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
And speaking of Mejri's international experience, he was a 29-year-old rookie in 2015.
Right, Mejri is a guy, it took him a while to make his way to the NBA, but he has shown he belongs. Guy's pretty mobile for his size, a really solid rebounder, good rim runner off the pick and roll. A lot to like about him.
One shot.
That free throw good from Warren. And you look at the numbers that T.J. Warren has put up over his career. Finds a way to improve every single season, Doris, and is a model of efficiency and consistency for his team.
Right, I think coaches love players who approach the game the way T.J. Warren does. He knows what he's capable of and stays patient. He can hit a 3, but he mostly prefers to step into a range where he is automatic.
Now, here's Ulis. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Barea, the pass to McDermott. It's deflected. Here's Powell. Banked in off the glass. Powell's got his second bucket. Suns trail by 6. Now, here's Ulis. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. And the wide open shot from Warren. A 3-pointer off the mark. Dallas has gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Len? He's averaging 8 points, 10 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
The free throw drops for McDermott.
Well, we all know that Mavs head coach Rick Carlisle is considered one of the best in the NBA in terms of his ability to X and O. He is outstanding at maximizing his players' strengths and putting them in positions to succeed.
And he makes both free throws.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Suns trail by 8. Down low. And the dunk by Len.
Look, Kevin, what a night for Alex Len. When he's playing with inspiration, he can rack up some points.
And Carlisle last season selected by general managers as the coach who makes the best in-game adjustments in the league.
Well, think about this. He came in second to Greg Popovich in voting for best coach in the league overall. Everyone understands that in terms of X and O ability, Rick Carlisle is at the very top of the list. You will not find very often a more complete package in that position than Rick Carlisle.
crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
I'll tell you, that's really clever because it's not easy to get that mid-range off over a guy who's got a size advantage. He made it look easy.
But he stays with it. McDermott kicks to measure it. From deep, Barea cans it from downtown. Barea's got 10 points.
That consistency from distance, that's something J.J. Barea has worked on, and you can see the results here.
And the Suns call time.
You know, my guess right now is Coach wants to talk over this turnover issue. And it seems like they've been trying to force things a bit and need to find a steady rhythm offensively.
And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. The Suns 5th.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Ulis with it, guarded by Barea. Ulis kicks to Williams. Shoots over Powell, got a piece of it. They retain possession. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Len. Dallas has gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Curry dishes to Barea. There's the screen. Powell with the screen. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Allen Williams. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Noel's checked in. .158 left to play in the third. Powell for 3. It's hauled in by the Suns. Len's got 15 rebounds here tonight. And it's Warren with the jam.
Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
Now here's Barea. 10 points for him. The feed to Powell. Now here's McDermott. Not a lot of room. 4 on the shot clock. Over Warren. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Now here's Ulis, guarded by Barea. Here's Warren. It's rebounded by Dallas. Noel's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Barea, the pass to Curry. Back to Barea. He tries for 3. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Barea's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for Dallas. Ulis kicks to Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Yeah, and an example of why you want to let the game come to you. The opening presented itself. He converted in a big way.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here is Daniels. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Len's shot is off.
Gets it to very close range, but there was no way the defense going to back off and give him that layup.
There's a screen by Noel. Back to Barea, and so it's Dallas going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Hey, keep working on defense. Doing an unbelievable job. Hey, down here, one shot and then out. Everybody get to the board. It's all about this end. All about this end. Let's dig back in. Let's go.
Some encouraging words from Rick Carlisle. Wants to keep that up and see more defensive effort.
Yeah, getting stops, rebounding the basketball. That's the mission right now.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. Williams is out there with Warren. Then it's Ulis. Then there's Len. And it's Daniels in at the two-guard position.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Roof shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And one thing that Coach Earl Watson has shown in his career as a coach is his ability to manage the roles of players and, Doris, keep everyone happy.
Well, that's the job of a former point guard, right? Watson played the position. He understands everyone needs to be involved and happy. Listen, Kev, you know this. It's not easy managing a rebuilding team. He does a terrific job developing the young talent while managing the veterans as well.
And Nerlens Noel out of Kentucky, slender and mobile and long. And Greg, he can cover ground in a hurry.
Boy, and you can see it in his rate of steals to go along with the blocks. That quickness is a huge asset in today's game. It's all about versatility, both offensively and defensively.
And he knocks down the first one.
I think I like the skill set of Doug McDermott. He's a phenomenal shooter, and he's got tremendous range.
And McDermott drops them both. Here's Ulis. Williams, a screen on Barea. Williams can't hit.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
Now, here's Ulis. D right on him. Here's Daniels. Misses the three.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
Now, here's Barea. Outside Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Powell with the screen. Barea, that's a two-pointer. Dallas, no good that time either.
Well, with the defense laying off him, you know he's going to pull the trigger. They're lucky he didn't burn him.
Warren dishes to Daniels. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got rebound number 13 with that last one. Curry kicks to Barea. Back to Curry. This one for three. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got 4 assists now tonight.
And piling on to that big lead, we know he has the range late on the defensive reaction.
You always got to D up on the perimeter. When you don't, this is what happens.
Phoenix calls timeout. Now, well over a decade in the NBA for the terrific J.J. Barea. Undrafted, as you know, Doris, out of Northeastern.
Yes, but he can say he's an NBA champion. Of course, the majority of his seasons with the Dallas Mavericks, as was that Title I back in 2011. Listen, there might be a foot of difference in height between he and partner Dirk Nowitzki, but their games have really meshed well.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Barnes comes in for McDermott. Matthews, he's checked in for Seth Curry. And Smith subbed in for J.J. Barea. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Earl Watson had to say to the team. and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this thing. We'll see if that pep talk got him going, guys.
And the first one drops.
Well, this guy, a top 10 pick in 2016, we have seen Marquise Chris's talent. We've also seen the areas where he can improve.
And so he makes both from the line. And Doris for Marquise Chris in his rookie season. It took some time for him to adjust to the NBA.
Right, and you could see it in the way that Chris carried himself on the floor. He was more aggressive with the ball and attacking the rim. And that's when you start to see him asking for the ball on offense, and the confidence was apparent.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
I love the tenacity right now. Definitely on the prowl, looking for every opportunity to make a steal. The other team has got to be sharp.
With the putback and staying with the play, Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got the lead up to 14 now for the Mavs.
God, that's just great persistence from Nowitzki. Tracks down the offensive board thanks to his outstanding positioning.
Chandler with the screen on Smith. There's a screen by Chris. Jackson, that's a two-pointer. Phoenix, no good that time either.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
Now here's Noel. Matthews passes to Noel. Phoenix grabs the miss. Chris has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
No doubt it's been a rough game for him. I don't think he's going to lose any sleep over it as long as they hang on to the lead the rest of the way.
The drive by Barnes. Payton with some nice D. Suns trail by 14. Outside Jackson. And here is Payton. Chandler a screen for 3. Booker. Chris. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got his 5th rebound in this one. Smith dishes to Matthews. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Devin Booker.
Well, Wes Matthews, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, an amazing perimeter scorer who loves playing on the defensive end.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
Free throw, good. Matthews. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
A deep shot specialist. Booker with the silky smooth release.
And here's Smith after Devin Booker getting his shot to go from deep. Nowitzki a screen. Smith kicks to Matthews. And it's Matthews again missing. Suns trail by 12. Booker with no one around. Barnes grabs the miss.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Nowitzki inside. Working on Chris. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
Well, we know Dirk Nowitzki is the master at drawing contact, and once at the free throw line, he usually delivers.
And when you look at Harrison Barnes' game offensively, Doris, where does he have to improve?
I think one thing is he needs to become more of a heat seeker. Get into their body, get to the free throw line. With his strength and explosiveness, you'd like to see him shooting more free throws.
One shot, mind the lanes.
Suns trail by 15. Payton passes to Chandler. Back to Payton. It's taken away by Smith. Over Payton. Smith with the basket on the assist by Nowitzki. And it's 8 points for Dennis Smith.
And Smith, an accomplished scorer, has a beautiful-looking mid-range jumper.
Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Payton dishes to Chandler. Over Noel. And too long on the shot.
Well, he carves out the space he needs, just the finish was not good.
Smith with it. He dishes it to Nowitzki. Just 5 to shoot. Smith kicks to Nowitzki. Unloads. And it's Dallas with another.
Gotta love Nowitzki setting his guys up with perfect passes.
Feeds it to Chandler. Suns moving the ball around. Chris. No good again that time. Dallas leading by 19. Smith outside. Nowitzki sets a screen for Smith. The kick out to Barnes. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That is his first foul of the game. Suns trail by 19. Payton passes to Chandler. He kicks to Booker. Now Chris. He's covered by Matthews. They grab their own miss, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Oh, my goodness. This guy is incredibly explosive. Makes Chris a tough cover.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. So there's a new procedure for choosing starters in the All-Star game, Doris. Fans account for 50% of the vote, as you know. Players 25%, media 25%. What do you think of that? I
love that the fans have a vote. I would like to see the percentages changed in this way. I would like players, the peers, to have 50% weight. Give the media and fans 25% each. So just swap it so that the peers are dictating the outcome of the All-Star.
Or even if you just had maybe 2 players from each team, guys with some respect and some nice perspective to fill that role you're talking about.
That's a great point. You pick your leaders from your group, and they cast the vote. Perfect.
Here's Smith after Josh Jackson's bucket. Smith kicks to Matthews. Back to Smith. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Matthews has got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, Wes Matthews getting a reputation for that unreal range.
Payton dishes to Chandler. And it's Noel with the rebound. Dallas leading by 19 points. Lobbed up there for Barnes. And the jam by Dirk Nowitzki.
At 7 feet tall, Nowitzki needs just a touch of space for the dunk. Really like to see him finish it strong.
Payton against Smith. Payton passes to Chandler. To the middle. Chris can't hit. The Mavericks have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Over in the corner, Barnes. Passes it to Nowitzki. Dishes to Noel. No good on the 3. Suns trail by 21. Doris, as always, this question about resting players. Fans pay hundreds of dollars for tickets and parking and everything else, expecting the healthy guys to play. Why shouldn't there be a requirement for them to suit up?
Well, again, you have Commissioner Adam Silver attempting to address this and making it known during the finals that there would be some limitations based on the ability to rest players, that there would be strong encouragement to rest players at home because your fans obviously have more of an opportunity to see them at home. Listen, Kevin, I think fans need to be able to see the stars. At the same time, it's a strenuous 82-game stretch. Have we addressed it in terms of lengthening the season and shortening the preseason? What I do like is that the NBA is aware that there is an issue, and they are working proactively to fix it.
As is their custom. They always do that.
Correct.
Mavericks leading by 19 points. Smith kicks to Barnes. Back to Smith. The pass to Noel. Smith inside, covered by Payton. And it's Smith missing.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
They get a hand on it. Matthews with the steal. Smith against Payton. And it's Smith missing.
Well, obviously, it's been an off night for him offensively, but give his teammates credit. They've bailed him out. He's still got time to turn it around.
Oh, great defense. They anticipated the play and got there first.
Launches a three. Smith missing again. Suns trail by 19. And here's Booker from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Noel's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Smith dishes to Noel. Right side Matthews. Got a piece of it.
Man, how quick does he get off the floor? Chris rises high and sends it back.
Here's Jackson. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
Hey, Greg, when you watch Josh Jackson play, it's easy to see that he can eventually be one of the best defenders in the league if he works at it.
The blocks and steals, I think, will always be there for Jackson with that length. As he progresses as a player, though, he should improve in the little things. It reminds you a bit of a young Andre Iguodala at times with how explosive he can be athletically.
And Jackson no good on that one.
And Jackson certainly has a lot of explosiveness. One of those guys who really wears his heart on his sleeve and brings that energy level every night.
Now here's Payton following the miss by Wesley Matthews. Payton outside. There's the pick. Kicks it to Booker. Chandler with the screen on Matthews. Just 5 on the clock. Offensive rebound. Chandler's shot good.
And they're not getting the same number of second chance opportunities that they did in the first half. Getting outworked here on the glass.
Now here is Smith. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Elfrid Payton.
Whew. I love how hard Smith goes to the rim. Just remarkable at driving to the rack and taking the contact.
Two shots.
The free throw drops for Smith.
And the explosive athletic nature of Smith's game, really exciting. Just a guy at the point with a ton of upside.
Both free throws good from Smith. Suns trail by 17. Now Payton. Chandler with the screen on Smith. Here's Payton. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Phoenix with the ball. Phoenix has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Booker the pass to Payton. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. There's a screen by Noel. Smith for 3. Tyson Chandler grabs the board.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Jackson pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
Now, here is Smith. Back to Nowitzki. He feeds it to Smith. Shot clock at 6. Nowitzki a screen. Oh, the lob to Nowitzki. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Suns trail by 13.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Mavericks.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. They were disciplined and focused.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Nowitzki.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
And the first one drops. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Lenz checked in for Chandler. Allen Williams comes in for Marquise Chris. Warren's checked in for Jackson. And Eula subbed in for Devin Booker. So he gets them both. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
McDermott for 3. Mejri kicks to Powell. Barea dishes to McDermott. Barea, the pass to Mejri. Dallas moving it around. Here's Curry. The offensive rebound. Pass to Barea. And here is Mejri. Back to Barea. Pass to Mejri. The dish to Powell. Curry on the wing. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Wesley, nice win after the last loss. How important is it to win these home games?
We need all of them. We need every single home win we can get. And like you said, it was a good bounce back win for us. And we got to get ready for our next game.
Great job, Wesley. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.